welcome to another episode of Pitchside Podcast.
Side.
How are you, my friend?
Can't complain. Back in the sun, the heat,
Ish.
back in the pitch.
Yeah. Okay, I saw the episode that you guys did with Nalesompo about the recent performance that we have. You look at the game that we just played against Stellenbosch in the Nedbank camp. What's your take on it? Because you were there. I saw you there at the stadium.
Yeah, like we said in the other previous episodes with Ushompo that the team hasn't had quite a good run of late. Consecutive draws, which eventually led to the first loss in a very long time. You could easily say that there needs to be a revival within the team of some sort, whereby the players get back into their winning ways. It hasn't been a good run. Drawing 3, then losing. You must also be honest that on the day, Stellies were a better team. They pressed well. They forced us to play quick, which is not normally what we would prefer. We would prefer to dominate, but they made it difficult for us, and they knew the right areas to press. So it's a wake-up call, I think, and I believe it is that the team now can switch on, because there is a bigger catch that is coming.
Yeah, because I feel like even you look at the lineup itself, because at times, maybe because we're not feeling that great because of the results, we forget to be grateful because of all the results we've had before in the past. So because these are the same players. You can't be a bad player overnight or over a couple of results. I feel like maybe because this is one of those seasons that everything went well. In terms of the league, we won the league in advance, and then that's when we started seeing the draws. And I feel like it's all the mental thing. It's all the mental challenges that other players are facing within the team itself. So how now, as a former player, if you've been given an opportunity to go into the dressing room, how would you help them to maybe it's nerves, maybe it's stress, the results are not coming, we don't know. I know what how I would deal with this situation if I'm there. If you were and you're given an opportunity to say to this place, what would you say?
Right now it's like you say, it's more of a mental game than the actual talent that they possess. That's where now they need to show that you need to see the leaders of the team, and leadership does not only come from the coach or from the captain, but the people who actually lead the team in terms of even in the field of play. That's where you begin to want now to assist because if, like you say, the lineup that was put is one of our best lineups. It's a lineup that you can easily take to the Champions League final. And for them not to have won, it doesn't mean they are bad players. That's where now you need to instill the mentality to say, guys, we're done with the league, but we still have a lot of work to do. It doesn't end there, and now we need to shift our focus to the next competition and make sure that everyone in the dressing room is buying into the vision, is buying into the process. So it would be very, very, very encouraging that you see the senior players. We can't stress this enough to say that the senior players, the people who have more experience, especially in dominance of the league, in dominance of the continent, that's where now they need to instill the same kind of attitude to the new players. Not that they are not good enough to play, but that's where you need a bigger brother. You need a big brother to pat you on the back to say, no, let's keep on going, let's do this. The assignment is not done. We can't look. I remember when we lost the MTN 8 final on a Saturday, and on Tuesday we were playing the Champions League final. After losing that game again in Nelspruit, the senior guys were saying, no, hey, focus, the 3-0. Focus. We have to focus. And indeed, the team we forgot immediately. We tried our best, and we managed to forget the immediate loss and focused on the next assignment. And the result that came thereof was what is required. So I feel that also now, that's where the team needs to forget, accept that they've lost the game. It hasn't happened in a long time. I also think we're spoiled because we don't know this feeling. So that's why it's more painful because it hasn't been felt in a very long time. So the team needs to just wake up, forget the result, focus on the next game.
Yeah, because I think it's not a time to start questioning your character, start questioning your abilities as a team. Because in most cases, when you don't get a couple of results in a couple of weeks, teams tend to start questioning themselves. The players start questioning themselves, and you don't want to go into any game with a doubt of, am I still a good player? Am I still good enough to be able to don this jersey or represent? And I strongly feel like there's an opportunity for them to be more closer to each other. You spoke about you need a brother. This is like an opportunity where you need a hug. You know, you need a person that will just say something silly without speaking about the game. Because I think in most cases when things are not going well, you don't want to talk about the game, because you're not having a great game. You want some sort of an escape, but it's just unfortunate that after the game you need to travel. There's the games, so there's no escape in between. So that's where now the team needs to be a little more stronger. And at times, by being united doesn't necessarily mean that we're discussing the shortfalls of the club. No, we're not scoring, we're not doing this. No, we're just being together. Have fun, because even when we win, the same fun that we have, we still need to be together even in defeat. And I strongly feel with Mamelodi Sundowns, the dominance that they've been having through all these years, they were the base, the foundation that made all that happen. It's the pains, the losses, that we enjoyed. Cup finals, relegation candidates. So we were built from that. Those pains actually helped us to become together, to get to the position where we're at. So I strongly feel, even all the younger ones, it's not a time to hide to hide how you feel. It's actually, sometimes it's good to express when you're disappointed about the results you are, and you should be, because that's the culture of the club. When we don't win, you remember Peter used to say, when we don't win, it's a funeral. It's a funeral and nobody talks. Nobody talks.
You're in the bus, nobody talks. You think about the game. So
that time we drive from Polokwane, nobody says anything in the bus.
Nobody talks. But I also think, T, that you see, a game like the way in which Stellies played, it's almost similar to how continental football is played. There's really no time for you to settle in the game. They force you to play quick, and any chance you get,
you must punish.
And that, I think, it was a preparation, a trigger to say, okay, now you're going into another Champions League game. It's gonna be quick football. It's not gonna be as easy as it might have been. Now the teams that are in the knockout stages, they've also done well in their respective groups. So it's going to force us now to say, wake up, this is the kind of games you need to expect. These are the types of teams you may meet that play quicker and that may try to use their speed. So we need to find the balance. So I think the wake up call came at just about the right time, that we will be able to shift our focus to the...
And I also feel like this might be a way of adaptation from other teams as to how to play Mamelodi Sundowns going forward, because if you can't compete point to point, player to player. True. So therefore you need to have like a strategy that you're hoping that will work. And at times with speed and aggression, it works, because with Mamelodi Sundowns you always want to have the ball, you want to control the tempo. And I strongly believe, like you're saying, or maybe it's the game that came at the right time, the pain that in the long run we'll appreciate because it wakes us up, but also maybe gives us a clear indication as to how other players, other teams, they'll start playing against us. So now it also forces Mamelodi Sundowns to elevate itself yet again. Yes. So I strongly believe that there's a lot of positives that we can take as much as there is a defeat. It wasn't a defeat from a bad team. It was a defeat from a team that had a good strategy that on the day it worked. And
they've been having a good run themselves.
Yes, and we need to give credit where it's due. I think Stellies had a game plan that worked, and they won a game. It's simple and straightforward. We didn't have enough chances to execute the game that we should.
Could have done more.
Yes, the game required us to do more. And it's just that Stellies, I think maybe they showed more hunger, more speed, because you could look even in the second half, like they became The second half, the Stellenbosch were a different team.
Totally different.
Different team to what it was in the first half. Because in the first half, you could see those now a lot of respect now. Mamelodi Sundowns now starting to dominate, creating those passing paths, creating those opportunities. Second half, totally different team. But I also think at times we need to be pushed like that.
True.
We need to be pushed. If we want to be continental champions, we want to dominate in the Champions League phases. I think those are the type of games that we need to learn how to win.
I like it because it helps us to know how far we are, what level we're on. We need to adapt, like you say, we need to adapt to different kinds of games that we need to play. We always need to have a solution for every situation that we find ourselves in. Like you say, the team needed to do more. I believe that the boys have learned that it's not going to be easy. Especially now because they are champions. Now the whole continent knows that they are champions and they've won the league already with so many games to spare. So everybody's going to be coming hard. Everybody's going to be coming, finding ways on how to disturb or destabilize our system and make sure that we don't get what we want. But we need to man up, live up to the standard that we've put, sleep in the bed that we've made. So
you must sleep in it.
Unfortunately, they put the bar high, and that's the requirement.
It's
the requirement. It requires everybody to always be on top of their game, always ready to withstand whatever comes our way. We don't only celebrate together when we've won, but also when we've lost. We need to stand together and support one another and look forward to the next one.
And also one of the things that are unfortunate within this club is when, even at times when you're trying your best, at times your best is not good enough.
True.
So it's just that unfortunate. Sundowns. If you're playing Sundowns, the demands are so high. Even at times things are unfair, but that's the culture of the club. We always demand more, and even when we have more, we still want more. So with everything that we've been through, all the results, all the dominance that we've been through, we still want more. And hence the feeling of this defeat, it's so painful because we want more. We're not satisfied of one trophy, it's fine. Whatever that is, it's reachable. We're trying to reach, and I think also there's a bigger competition that we're facing now, but we'll talk about it.
The big fish.
Episode. The big fish. Yes.
Well, we're done with the sardines. Let's go for the big fish.
Before we go, I think there's comments that Sugar needs to read.
Yes.
Sugar.
There's a lot of feedback that we get from our people. I like what Mongezi Fakude says. He says, "Thank you for the upload, legends. Always interesting to listen to you. Please hold off on interviewing our players or coaches, staff. I think we should let them focus on bringing the second star home. Yes, then they can come to the pitchside. That's Mongezi Fakude.
Yeah. And I think I see Simon Makhashu. It's funny say.
Morashwa. Hey, wena mna no man no.
Morashwa.
Wena man Morashwa.
Okay, Morashwa. Hey,
Simon wara.
Yeah, wabona. He said, can you bring Roger Futumba?
Jersey number 10.
Yeah, I think for that chairman's corner, the way we had Trot Muloto, I think, the other day. So
that would be nice.
So now people start suggesting who to bring more. So it will be very interesting to hear those comments as to which other guests that you want us to bring onto the show.
Comment, send us the names on the comments. Make sure that
and maybe even questions that you want to hear.
Questions as well. I like that.
Yeah.
And we could engage with the supporters and everybody.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Thank you very much for another episode of Pitchside Podcast.
Pitchside!
With Sukiri, the Sugar.
Modise.
We out.
Modise.